Hello, good morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. I want to thank God I get to see this day, and let's have a positive attitude. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about September 3rd. I watched Lilo and Stitch. So this was like last week, Wednesday. So today I'm just going to talk to you guys about this movie. So this movie came out on October 23rd. So let's get right to the video, okay? Let's go. Alright, so in today's video, I want to talk about Lilo and Stitch. Now you might be wondering, why Lilo and Stitch? Let me turn y'all over here so y'all can see me way better. Excellent. Okay, so I don't have to hide it from y'all. Okay, so this came out on May 23rd of this year. I watched this movie, and all I can tell you is that this is kind of like the cartoon version. So when the girl first came in, this girl right here, she went to a hula class and she was late and she let out the animals and I was like, no, don't let it out. And then she went to her hula class and there's a girl that was kind of saying something to her, and then she started to say, like, she's like, oh, I got a bracelet. And then the girl was like telling me, you can never belong here, you can never have friends here. And she started to say something to the girl and be mean to the girl, to the point this girl, Lilo, you know who Lilo was on the cartoon, she pushed the girl. And the mom was supposed to be there, right? Not the mom, but the sister was supposed to be there. And she looked in the chair and she wasn't there, and she was just late. And by the time she got home, the Lilo got home, the mom was looking for. Mom ran into the studio. The sister ran into the studio, and she wasn't there. Now she came up, and she was so upset, and just closing the door and everything, and listening to her music. Then some lady who came in was saying, like, I guess she couldn't handle paying the rent inside the house. And she was just talking about Lilo and all these things, right? Now, after that, and we're going to get to where she gets Stitch, okay? So, she started to say to the sister, oh, do you think I'm bad? Because she was doing some bad stuff and the sister was just getting annoyed. And she's like, no, you're not bad. You just do bad things sometimes, you know. We know as kids grow up, we tend to do bad things and people say, you know. Anyway, so now after that, she started to go in the room and lie down, and then she's like, oh, I wish a star. And she's telling her to the sister, oh, get out, go. Then she started to go and say, I wish I have a friend who does not see me different. And when she find out, she went to go to the vet, and when she find out, she got Stitch. And she was just like, the lady was like, oh, can we have a pet? And she started giving the lady in the pharmacy candy and all that stuff. Then the lady just let her go in until she started to look for one. She looked for a pet. All she sees is dogs she saw and everything. And then after, she saw this blue creature, which is Stitch. And she's like, can I have this one? I think it was the lady. Maybe it could be a grandma or a friend, maybe. And she's like, can I have this one? And the lady's like, no, I don't think you can have that one. Please. That's what she was saying. And she's like, alright, I guess if she wants that one, she can have that one. She took Stitch, and to a point, she was so happy. Stitch just started to do stuff, right? Now, after that, when she brought Stitch home, the sister's like, oh, you got her a pet? Why you got her a pet? Why you didn't tell me? And she started to say. And then the lady just explained to her, she likes the pet. And then she goes to her sister, she's like, this is your responsibility. She's like, I know, okay, I know. From that day forward, she starts going to work, and of course she bring her and Stitch with her, right? And she starts saying, I hope you guys be good. I hope you guys be good. And she started to play and talk, and she was teaching Stitch like he was in school. But Stitch was just messing up stuff, putting down stuff, to a point where when things were getting out of tense, she came in, she's like, have you guys been good? Have you guys been good? I said, yes, we're being good, we're being good. And then after that now, to a point where when Stitch was doing something, to a point where there's a wedding or a party, they had this cake, and Stitch was in there, and he started to mess up the stuff, and the guy who hired the sister, I guess, to a point she got fired, and she was really upset, and she has to sit in the car, and the sister gave her this wire, she's like, this is for you, and she was just so upset, and the sister wanted to talk to her, and she's like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to hear it. And from that day forward, she tried her best to see if she can figure out something, and the lady came in, she's like, I heard that you got fired last night, gotta talk to you. And some guy came in, and so I said, is your sister here? She's like, yeah. She's like, she doesn't look happy, and the girl's like, oh, she's okay. Then Lilo started to say, oh, when the guy's trying to talk to her, she's like, oh, I know my sister's text messages, I see all of that. So this movie is like kind of like the cartoon version of like what happens next, and to a point where things wasn't right, and she tried her best to look for jobs, and things wasn't working out for her, right? So now after that, the lady came in and started to say how the sister has to make sure the house is clean. I forgot to mention that. Like she has to make sure the house is clean. You have to, and then when Lilo was going hurt and she went to the hospital, she's like, well, you have to try to say goodbye because you can't handle her, and you have to do things for your own. To a point where things were not right, she had to go to like a college, and the sister's like, I'm going to miss you, and things were just different. And then when she was talking to her on the phone, she's like, I miss you so much. Like, where are you? Like, hello, hello. And then this bright light came in, and the sister jumped into the room, and then the guy and the grandma had to take care of Lilo and Stitch. So the man's like, okay, I have to go and check what's going on. And then the man opened the door, and then the man's like, oh, you look really big. And then they start to say family. Then Stitch started to say family, and then things were just different, right? So now, when it was time for her to go, the sister couldn't find Lilo, and some glad guy come, and they were trying to get Stitch. Right? And to a point, the house was destroyed, and she's like, they can't find Lilo. Then Lilo was in a big old plane or ship or whatever, and Stitch was telling her to jump. And she said, I can't jump. Stitch was telling her to jump. She's like, I can't jump. And they jumped, and they were talking about family, and they were showing pictures. Hold on. And then the Stitch found her picture, and she wasn't breathing, and then they couldn't. Then the sister's like, "Oh, say Stitch, Stitch is down there, Stitch is down there." And they tried to bring Stitch. They had to plug something from the truck, and he couldn't wake up. Then when he tried to wake up, they were so happy. Then some lady came in and said, "Why you take a Stitch? Why?" And they were just telling him things, and they said something to a point. Stitch started to talk, and Stitch is like, "Can I say something?" She's like, "Yes." And then, "My name is Stitch." And I say, "Stitch, who are these people?" They said, "They are my family." Like, you never expect to hear a dog or an alien talk. That's what they call him, dog or alien. And to a point, things were just different. and they said, let's go home. And the sister didn't even realize that the house was destroyed. And it was like a happy ending. So, one of the best movies I watched, and I will tell you, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So, other than that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below what you guys think about this movie. If you guys are interested and you guys want to know if it's a good movie, yes, it's the best movie. Of course, you can get jokes here and there. There's a lot of things that you can find out with this movie. It's a great movie. Okay, so I'm in this vlog right here. If you're new, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my social medias. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, I want to tell you guys something before I end. So, I don't know if you guys may have heard. Put y'all over here now, so y'all more close. Yeah, y'all over here. So I had mentioned that I found 3 new vlogs that I want to do. The first one is true or false questions, Q&A questions, and the funniest questions. I don't know if maybe you guys want something more funny and interesting to do. So I said, why not just give y'all something funny? Okay? Alright, let me end this vlog until we meet again. Okay? Bye!